Welcome to The Edit with your host, Vivian Cole. Brought to you by Vogue Media Agency, the podcast where branding, visibility, and influence are curated with intention. Each week, we cut through the noise to explore strategy, storytelling, and what it really takes to build a brand that's seen, heard, and remembered.
Welcome to a special episode of The Edit. I'm Vivian Cole. Today, in recognition of Small Business Week, we're having a conversation that many business owners need, but few are given permission to have. Sustainable growth, not hustle culture. Small business ownership is often romanticized. The long nights, the constant grind, the idea that if you're not exhausted, you're not doing enough. Hustle culture has positioned burnout as a badge of honor and urgency, as proof of ambition. But exhaustion is not a business strategy, and constant scaling is not the only definition of success. Sustainable growth begins with rejecting the idea that your value as a business owner is tied to how much you can endure. It requires reframing what progress actually looks like, because growth that costs your health, your clarity, or your sense of purpose is not growth. It's erosion. Many small business owners feel pressure to do more every year. More clients, more services, more platforms, more content, more revenue streams. But expansion without structure creates instability, and visibility without systems leads to overwhelm. A sustainable brand is built on intention, not intensity. Profitability does not require constant output. It requires focus, knowing what you do best, who you serve best, and where your efforts generate the greatest return. One of the most important decisions a small business owner can make is deciding what not to scale. Not every offer needs to grow. Not every idea needs to become a product. Not every opportunity deserves your yes. Boundaries protect sustainability. When your business is designed around realistic capacity, you create room to think strategically instead of reacting constantly. You stop building from urgency and start building from clarity. Hustle culture teaches that rest is a reward you earn after success. Sustainable growth understands that rest is a requirement for longevity. You cannot innovate, lead, or make sound decisions from a place of chronic exhaustion. Burnout doesn't just affect your energy, it affects your judgment. It blurs vision. It lowers standards. It makes everything feel harder than it needs to be. A sustainable business supports your life. It doesn't consume it. Visibility plays a major role in this conversation. Many small business owners feel trapped in the belief that they must always be visible to stay relevant. Constant posting, constant promotion, constant engagement. But consistency does not mean constant. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be effective where you are. Sustainable visibility is about showing up with intention, not urgency. Creating content that continues working for you instead of requiring daily output. Evergreen messaging, clear positioning, strong referrals. These are growth strategies that don't rely on burnout. Scaling, when it happens, should be supported by systems. Systems for onboarding, systems for communication, systems for delivery. Without them, growth becomes chaotic. Sustainable growth is not about speed. It's about stability. Small businesses thrive when they build slowly and deliberately, when they prioritize quality over volume, when they choose clients aligned with their values instead of chasing every opportunity. There is power in staying small on purpose. Staying small allows you to maintain control, to preserve quality, to build deeper relationships, to adapt without pressure. Bigger is not always better. Aligned is better. Small Business Week is an opportunity to celebrate resilience, creativity, and impact. Not overwork. It's a reminder that businesses are built by people, not machines. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. You are allowed to design a business that supports your health. You are allowed to define success on your own terms. Sustainable growth asks different questions. Not how fast can I expand, but how well can I sustain? Not how much can I do, but what matters most? Not what's trending, but what's effective. When you release the pressure to constantly scale, you gain clarity, you gain focus, and often you gain profitability because your energy is invested where it counts. This week, I encourage you to reflect on your business honestly. Where are you overextended? Where are you operating out of habit instead of strategy? Where could simplification lead to greater impact? Sometimes growth looks like refining, not adding. Sometimes progress looks like rest. Sometimes success looks like stability. Thank you for joining me for this special episode of The Edit, brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. I'm Vivian Cole. This Small Business Week, may you choose sustainable growth over hustle culture, clarity over chaos, and a business that serves you as much as you serve it.
Thanks for listening to The Edit with Vivian Cole, brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. Be sure to subscribe for more insights, share this episode with your network, and join us next week for another conversation on building brands with clarity, confidence, and impact. Visit voguemedia.us.
Vogue Media Agency offers comprehensive services to help small to medium-sized businesses, faith-based and nonprofit organizations, content creators, and entrepreneurs establish and grow their online presence. Focusing on website design, landing pages, social media management, podcast training, branding, weblog creation, and public relations, Vogue Media Agency provides a convenient one-stop solution for clients looking to elevate their digital footprint. What sets us apart is our personalized service and niche expertise. We are your marketing consultants. Contact us today.
To contact Vogue Media Agency, call 212-470-2730 or visit voguemedia.us.